AITAH for informing my parents that my 21F best friend 21M kicked me out of our apartment because his girlfriend 21F asked him to. Sorry, bit of a confusing title, but this is still fresh and I'm still dealing with things. I'm just using this to get this off my chest mainly, but if I can get some validation too, then that'd be good. So I 21F have been friends with 21M Mike, fake name, for 16 years. We became friends officially in kindergarten, but our parents were college friends. I honestly can't even call him a best friend. He's like a sibling, and in a way we were raised as siblings. Group family holidays, sleepovers, family vacations on both sides. At one point we even all lived together for a year. I'm saying this because I know some people will ask. No, there's been no crushes or feelings on either side at all. We haven't kissed, confessed feelings, or had crushes. It's been strictly sibling-like, and I'm saying that now because of what Mike's girlfriend has been saying. Me and Mike share an apartment together near campus as we both attend college together. Around 7 months ago, Mike met his girlfriend, 21F April, fake name. Now, I thought we got along okay. I've only met her a couple of times because she has anxiety, but I had no problem at all with her until recently, besides some minor things. Sometimes she would interject when Mike would call me his sister. It wasn't always, but normally like, well, technically you aren't siblings, which is 100% true, but it's how we viewed each other since we were kids. So, almost a month ago, my class got canceled, so I came home early. I walk in and right on the couch is Mike and April having sex. I scream, run to my room, and frantically yell at Mike via text. He apologized, said he thought I would be gone longer. I made him clean the couch. All good, right? No, April for some reason got upset and felt that her words I did that on purpose despite it never happening before, and that it was inappropriate of me to walk in on them. Again, this was in the living room, absolutely disgusting in my opinion, but I moved on. Because it's not a big deal, embarrassing, but nothing crazy. Anyway, Mike has been stressed recently because April had been asking him to distance from me. I thought she was just embarrassed, which I'd understand, so I tried being friendly and apologized. Well, last weekend, Mike sat me down and basically said that I had to move out because his girlfriend was upset with me living with him. I was floored. I got so upset. I don't think I've yelled and cried that much in my life. The basics is that he doesn't want me to, but he's pressured from his girlfriend and he really loves her, so he wants to make her happy. He thinks that this shouldn't change our friendship and that he's just putting some distance between us. See, if he had asked me to move out, I'd understand, okay, yeah, maybe you want to take your relationship to the next level. Okay, but it was a demand. And not only that, he wanted to put space between our friendship. It was so f-king hurtful. I've known him for 16 years and that's it. I'm gone for someone he's known for 7 months. I said he was choosing a short relationship over his sister and that I don't want him to contact me if he's going to be like that. He said I was overreacting, but I called my parents and got them to pick me up. Literally, thank God they don't live far away, but like, what if they did? What did he expect me to f-king do? Just sleep outside or something? Anyway, I obviously had to tell my parents what was going on given they had to pick me up and I was an emotional mess. I told them everything, which caused a bit of an argument when they went to pick up some of my things the next day. They called Mike's parents and kind of chewed them out a little, and from my understanding they called Mike and did the same. Mike messaged me to say that he was upset I couldn't be civil and that he feels like I'm throwing away a friendship. I blocked him shortly after. I've taken some time off classes, but I'm so f-king hurt and upset. It hurts that he could just throw me away so easily. I don't think I did anything wrong telling my parents, but I think it may have crossed a line when they phoned Mike's parents. Like I said previously, our parents are really close and it's kind of messed with their friendship now. His parents have been really kind and apologetic, even though it's not their fault, and a part of me feels like I made this into a bigger mess. Sorry if it's a bit chaotic, I'm on phone and still a bit emotional. Also, I know I didn't have to leave. Me and Mike both pay an equal amount of rent for the apartment, but I didn't want to stay in a place that I wasn't wanted. It would have just made it difficult, and worst case scenario, he'd leave, which would have put a financial strain on me. TL Drive, I walked in on my friend practically sibling having sex with his girlfriend in the living room. His girlfriend is uncomfortable now and thinks I did it on purpose. My friend asked me to move out, so I told my parents, who told his. He's upset I couldn't be civil. Edit, I read you all loud and clear. Thank you for waking my ass up. I've talked to my landlord. She said that she was uncomfortable with April moving in because she doesn't know her. I understood, so I am moving my ass back tomorrow. I unblocked Mike and informed him. I explained that until our landlord says otherwise, I'm staying. Either he can leave and get a new place and keep paying the rent, or we can end our agreement together, and if our landlord agrees, they can start one. He replied, okay, we can talk about it tomorrow, so we see. Thank you all so much for getting me up and going. I really had no idea how serious this situation could be until you all let me know how St. Pid I was being. I don't care if it's uncomfortable, I'm not wasting my money. First comment. NTA, but please don't mess up your classes over this. If Mike has been calling you, it seems like the concept of leases, landlords, and who is paying the next month's rent has landed. If you're not up to it, have your parents phone the landlord and ask that you be taken off the lease since Mike has made the situation untenable. The landlord will ask for an application from the girlfriend, which may or may not be approved. If it's close to the end of the period, the landlord may void the lease and ask that you both leave. It is important that you let the landlord know what is going on for credit rating, damage deposit, etc. If it is any consolation, the girlfriend has definitely screwed herself with Mike's parents. Second comment. NTA. I see you already got everything covered, but yeah, I was going to say if you're both on the lease, the girlfriend can't kick you out. You're legally obligated to pay rent as long as you're on that lease. The girlfriend's jealous of you and just wants an excuse to get you out. As for them having sex on the couch, yeah, that's quite normal behavior. When you're young and horny, you have sex anywhere and everywhere. I mean, they should have laid a blanket down, that's for sure, so nothing got on the cushions, but if they didn't, yeah, he should clean the couch. Yeah, he sounds like he's going to get steamrolled and bossed around and controlled by this girlfriend. I wish him luck. Story 2. AITAH for being friendly with a single dad who is my neighbor. I have 22 live in an apartment complex that is actually pretty tiny for my area. They are all studios and so thin I can quite literally hear when my neighbors turn on their showers. My BFM 29 and I have been dating for a year and I have lived here this whole time. My neighbor, though, is new. I noticed him when he was moving and noticed that he had a baby, a newborn. I said hi, but not much else. I then noticed that the mom does not live with them, it's just him and the baby. I hear them baby crying 24/7, even in the middle of the nights. I felt so bad for him, IDKY. I guess I would feel for any single parent, really. I happened to be in the elevator once with him too, and we had a brief conversation. He told me he is a single dad and he works as a mechanic, and a babysitter is there during the day, a teenage girl who is his cousin, but just during the summer now while she is out of school. He said if I have seen her around, that is why. My heart just broke for him. IDK'd the circumstances at all, but being a working single dad or mom must be the hardest job in the world. So the other day I got on Amazon and into Target and bought him and the baby a few things. Just a care package is what I called it, LOLL. I also got a few things for the babysitter and wrote a note to tell them if they ever need anything at all, knock on my door. I didn't tell my BF I did this because I honestly did not think he'd care very much. But my neighbor happened to knock on my door later while my BF was there. My BF opened it and was confused. My neighbor asked if I was home and my BF was immediately so F-king ride, even as the man was holding a baby. I said yes, and the neighbor just proceeded to thank me and tell me how much it meant to him. I told him it was really nothing to thank, it's what neighbors do. I told him he could ask for anything from me, and especially his cousin could, if she needed something with the baby home alone. When he left, which was about 2 minutes, my BF berated me with questions. He basically accused me of flirting with this man and trying to be friends with him for ulterior motives. I was literally F-king stricken. The man is a single dad, I was just trying to be helpful. My BF said ask any man and they would be mad at the situation too. So here I am, AITAH. First comment. Poor communication on your part and a tendency toward jealousy on your BF's part probably clashed. What you did was great. Undeniably great. Now, from your BF's point of view, here is this adult man, a stanger, who apparently has a relationship with you that he knew nothing about, where you were very generous toward him. So much was your generosity that he needed to come thank you in person again, when apparently he already did thank you. I'm not saying your BF should have berated you, but I tend toward jealousy, and that would have freaked me out until I had good answers as to what happened, why you didn't tell me, and what you planned on doing in the future, Mr. Single Dad. Second comment. It's all noble and empathetic until the situation is reversed. You're not an asshole per se, but you made a mistake going out and spending money on another man and his child out of nowhere, asking him to get involved with you further and put yourself on call on his behalf, and not even so much as mention it to your boyfriend. Then be shocked when he feels some kind of way about it when he only learns about it in the put yourself on call on another man's behalf phase without warning. You have some responsibility in how this situation went down. Turns out he honestly did care very much. That's on you. Sure, he handled it poorly. I think that's somewhat understandable considering how little of the circumstances he knew, because you didn't tell him anything. So talk to him, be thorough about your intentions and what motivated you to do this. You owe him that much before you need the internet to cast judgment. Third comment. AITAH for not talking with your BF first. This is the first step in a 6-month lead up to your BF coming home and overhearing you and neighbor through the walls. With you trying to explain to your BF that it was just a one-time thing and you don't know how you ended up in neighbor's bed. Put yourself in his shoes. You answer the door to find the new and attractive single mother neighbor asking for your BF. All she wants to do is thank him for the sweet care package, and he is dismissive of her appreciation with a smile. And you don't even know that they knew each other. Would your first response be "OWW, how sweet," or would "why are you flirting with her?" Your BF has a valid reason to question your behavior when they have been done behind his back,